Wait, let's test the audio
I did.
once more.
Testing. How you test it? Oh, shoot.
The back and forth.
Going live on.
Wait, make sure I recorded it. You're not gonna make sure I recorded it?
It's on live. It's live. We can't unlive this. It's live.
Hi.
Hey, everybody. Hello, beautiful people. Hello.
I hope we catch the audio. Listen, I hope can y'all give us thumbs up if y'all can hear? Let's do that. Can we get thumbs up if we can hear? If y'all if y'all can hear us right now, all we need is like a thumbs up. They're not
Live. We going live.
the modern technology. Okay.
We going live. We live.
All right, so I got thumbs up. So we
Thumbs
heard.
up,
All right.
I'ma just trust that my YouTube family, LinkedIn family, and my Facebook family, that y'all is in tune. All right. Today's episode of Priceless Conversations is being brought to you by Tierra Financial Solutions. You guys, you can get your complete budget planner now by going to Tierra Financial Solutions, so that you can actually begin your journey. We want you to begin your journey of financial wellness, of financial wholeness, of actually understanding what's coming in and what's going out. Some of y'all don't know where you're going and where you're coming. And we want to let you know that today's episode is being sponsored by Tierra Financial Solutions. So again, if you have any questions, you can definitely go to her Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube at any time.
It's available on Amazon.
And it's available on Amazon. I'm providing a book. Let's read, people. So today I want to talk about a lot of things. Yes. But before we get into it, I want you to tell the people who you are, what you do, and why you do it. And I'm gonna just sit back. I got my tea. We in some healing energy.
My name's Rell. What's up? I am the host of the Everybody Mad podcast. Available on all major podcast platforms. Everybody Mad, where facts are currency and nothing's off the table. And so at some point, everyone will feel uncomfortable. It is, we talk about everything and anything. Nothing is off the table, as I said. In the real world, I bring peace and chaos. I say that. I bring peace and chaos. And I'm comfortable with that description if I'm honest. Like, I'm an equity builder. I'm a social justice advocate. And in that, it's necessary to ruffle some feathers. But at the end of the day, there's a guiding principle and a path. The guiding principle and the path is people, Black people, and ensuring that like we're moving one step closer to liberation. And so, yeah, I ruffle feathers as well as bring some peace.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know something, you guys, at any time, if you all feel we're doing something illegal, I know my rights. I know my rights. I know exactly who I am, why I do it. For anybody that would like to know, I have the constitutional rights. We have the right to gather, the right to talk, the right to share. And today we're going to have the right to talk about protest. What? Come on, what else right we got?
Expression.
Express, what else?
Religion.
Come on, what else? Come on.
Those are fundamentals. And in that, we could do so much. Like, you could wear whatever you want to wear, love who you want to love. Like, it's a beautiful thing.
It's called We Free. A lot of Blacks have still been bound.
Okay.
We are free. Free at last. My God Almighty. We are free at last. We could be outside with a podcast, a sponsor in the garden, and can't nobody do anything to me. I have my rights. I know my rights. So with that, what got you started into politicals and justice and standing up for your rights? And tell the people where you're from. Like, this ain't no normal conversation. He came from New York for me.
So I'm originally from New York, born and raised in New York. I'm through and through a New Yorker. Like, I love to say I'm a child of New York City, as I grew up in the Bronx. Spent my high school years like hanging out in Harlem, which is where I live at now. Spent summers in Brooklyn hanging out with my grandmother. I've lived in Brooklyn. And so I love to say I'm a kid of New York. I've done work that has given me the opportunity to travel all 5 boroughs, as well as across the country. What got me into this? Honestly, I can't like okay. So I started working in politics back in college. Like I remember I did some work with the NAACP. I did some work with Obama for America. Helped do some campus organizing. And from there, it kind of like these different opportunities just presented themselves. I got an internship in a congressional office. When I graduated, I worked on another local state senate campaign. I had a coworker that asked me to help run and advise a campaign she was on. And then, from there, just like every couple years, every, moment, like there was just something to now where I've been able to work across a few different presidential campaigns.
Yeah.
I run campaigns now. I've run electoral. I've run communications efforts. I've run political as well as non-political campaigns. So like you might be like, oh, what's the difference? So there's folks who run for office. I've helped run those campaigns. There are initiatives like the census. I've run that campaign. And then there are like some behind the scenes things like advocacy where you're trying to push a piece of policy or legislation. I've done that. So all in all, I think it's been about maybe 16 years or so that I've been working in politics, working in campaigns. And in that, like, I just simply know that, like, okay, I'll put it like this. I'll go back to my parents. And my parents, my dad, really in a huge way, I would say, like drilled in this idea of humility and like looking out for like the greater good and like recognizing like, yo, you're a privileged black man, like you're a privileged nigga growing up in a 2-parent household. Both your parents got steady jobs, so you like solidly in the middle class. You go to private school, you go on family vacations. Like you not just like any other nigga that they write about, that they talk about. Like even if you wanted to look at yourself as a statistic, you fall on the positive side of that statistical analysis. And so it was in that I always was provided with a world view.
Yeah.
And I think just simply as I got older and I saw things and I'm paying attention, it's hard to ignore this shit. It's hard. Like you can't ignore that. Like you said, we're talking about black people and like financial, freedom and shit like that. Why don't we have more campaigns that are talking about salary increases, or salary growth, wage growth, making that tangible for black people? Like one of the things that I really would love us as practitioners of social justice and those of us going out there and doing it is to be launching more campaigns around salary transparency.
I love that.
I think it would open up so many doors. One, it's like we're talking bread, we're talking money. So of course people gonna get involved.
Yeah.
And we're talking black people who we know historically have not been given their fair share and the fair space to achieve the opportunities.
Yeah.
Of course, salary transparency. So you mean to tell me I don't gotta go in and guess how much this job is gonna pay me?
Yeah.
I know. Oh, so that means I can start applying for 6-figure jobs?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll know the 6-figure? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we need to just make it look like we already, and then people be like, oh, well, that I don't want people to know what I'm making. It's not about what you're actually making. No, it's not about what you keep in your pocket afterwards. That's not what we're talking about. And the reality is we already have salary transparency. There are many state and city municipalities that make their government employee salaries transparent available. So even if you're like the office clerk, there's certain cities like New York City for sure. There's others that even if you're an office clerk, your salary is posted. So it's not as if they can't already find, like there's different ways in which these don't exist.
Yeah.
We know the salaries for our star athletes. We know they contract.
Yeah.
We know the contracts for them. We know the contracts for their managers, the GMs, the presidents of these companies. there's so much salary transparency that already exists. We know how much Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are worth.
And you don't want to know what your brother and your sister made. That's crazy.
It's not a competition.
Stop
because it's not a competition.
Can I tell you how I know that makes sense? In engineering, each of us was transparent about what we made in whatever company. We call each other every quarter, every year. Hey, what you making? Oh, I'm making 75. Oh no, they paying 85 over here. Oh, drop ship. Or especially when a lot of the tech kids started getting into those 6-figure tech jobs, man, we started being like, oh, it's 140 over here, it's 200 over there. When I knew that product managers at Facebook at California was making $350,000, I was like, oh, Goldman, you have got a problem. Ain't no way I'm supposed to be just making one this, one that. They had to raise our price. At one time, Goldman Sachs engineers was only making around $85,000. The tech kids at Google down the street was making $95,000. What Goldman did is said, oh, well, we got to pay y'all more. That brought healthy competition for companies to then say, you need to pay me my wage. Y'all asking, well, raise the $725. Y'all got to do that internally, just like a union would. You need to say, well, I know Kroger is paying somebody $15 an hour and HEB only paying $12. Hey, I'm about to bag groceries over there. And it's through bagging groceries somewhere else. Will you actually get changed? But some of y'all ain't ready for that.
And I think there's something to speak to about the ideas that we have that like our jobs are being lost, because they're not. They're not. They're transforming. There are millions. And people are, where's numbers? I'm someone who works in politics, so like
I brought an expert.
Data is something I have to consume regularly. So staying abreast of financial reports, demographic polling data, just like foreign policy, like all of that's necessary to like keep abreast of as I think about this work and as I execute campaigns.
Yeah.
So when I say this, like it could sound wild, but I kid you not, if you pulled up your Googles and you just easily said,
just Google
how many jobs are currently open and available in the United States today, you'd see a number anywhere from about 5.5 million to somewhere close to 10, depending on exactly when and who the analysis was done by. And what that reflects is that there are a lot of jobs. There are actually more jobs open right now than there are people to fill them. And the projection is that as we move into the next decade, into the 2030s, that we're going to start having a severe shortage of eligible employees. And when I say eligible, I mean educated.
Oh, Lord. I got one.
I mean, we're in the middle of recording.
We're in the whole podcast, baby. There you go. My Instagram done
Y'all
went
live?
down.
Y'all live?
Yes.
We asked him earlier, were you going to be live? And he told us no. So that's the reason why I thought y'all were just like, it's okay. Oh, okay.
It is what it is. Say hey to the people at minimum.
Hey, wait, they can see me?
No, they can hear
Hey,
you.
y'all, how y'all doing? Welcome, love, peace, happiness.
That's
Black
it.
power.
Look, Instagram gonna have to figure it out. It done got hot, so maybe it was too hot for Instagram.
What y'all was talking about?
Sometimes
Black
it may just be for TikTok.
Black ignorant? Would we get to that yet?
Are you gonna be in the crowd to ask questions? Cause we gotta get back on to the show.
I might ask some. I might ask some, depending on what's
Well,
No.
We literally in the middle.
All right.
Okay, thank God. But right now, Instagram done went down. It went all the way down. It is what it is, and y'all gonna get the real. Think of Shakrisha. What is it? Carisha Neal. Think of Carisha and what? Whoever. Just know it's good vibes and good energy.
Absolutely. But anyway, right, there's tons of jobs out there, and I just want us to know, right, so that in that it's not about the job disappearing. It is not on us as the employee, the worker, or even in some ways the consumer to necessarily worry about how the business stays afloat.
Yeah.
Like, the business is supposed to be led by experts and subject like these big wigs, why they get paid all the money. Like, keep your business afloat, run it fairly, run it equitably,
Yeah.
and keep your shit afloat.
Yeah.
Like, if you got smart, it shouldn't be a hard, sort of formula to figure out. And so with that, it simply means that, like, we as the people, we gotta be sharing the information. So, like, don't be hiding how much you make.
When
like,
you said we the people, I instantly thought about $1 bill. It got we the people on it.
it do.
It got we the people.
It should be
We
all
the
of
people.
us.
Yeah, we are the people.
That's all our money.
When I work with him and I work with other people, we the people.
That's my money.
It's my money and I want it. Now, with that being said, we have to be smarter. Y'all is not doing smart. I love Gen Z. They done finally got us up out of the office. We love that for them. Keep going, Gen
So,
Z.
okay,
We're not going back into the office.
No, but see, I was having this conversation the other day, right?
What you
About
was
like
talking
going back into the office and how
I ain't going back.
Me neither. I'm
That's
fully
crazy.
remote.
We working.
I'm fully remote.
I can get my job done
It's
in the
technically-
peace of my home.
It's technically a Friday afternoon we recording this, right?
Yeah.
And the reality is like I had some calls.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like there's just I don't have to go to nobody's office. I have the flexibility in my schedule.
Yeah.
I have the ability to just be, in Texas.
Wait.
In
You
Houston,
just said
Texas.
we the people can just be. That's the first constitutional law go into effect. We the people can just be. You don't need to be in your cuckoo. Y'all know them pants, them corporate pants. They be so hot. Yeah. Them corporate clothes they be wanting you to wear. Get up, bitch.
Word.
Get up out of
I
there.
sit at home. I take meetings with no drawers on.
And the email still say per that.
Yeah.
The email still say per that email, whether I got drawers on or not.
My campaigns are still successful.
Period.
Things are still happening. I'm still seen as intelligent. So it's really just like
we the people.
We can force these things, and like I was trying to encourage that as employees, we should be organizing around not returning back to the office.
I ain't returning back.
No.
If you go back, you part of the problem. If you went back, you said your vote was that I'll come back. You should have left. You know how many people I know in tech that went back. They know they can do their job at home, and they went back. They went back. You the problem because you told your employer that's okay, and then you got fearful, and you said, "Oh God, well if I go back, then I may lose my job. Lose it. Find another one. Get your power back. Get it back.
I just want y'all to know.
Get it back.
I'm featuring this on everybody.
Want y'all to know that I'm mad because I'm mad at every engineer that went back to the office. Can y'all give me some tissue? Audience members, since y'all in the back, I need some tissue. Please, a napkin. Thank you. We got audience members. Come on. Everybody that went back, you're the problem. If you went back and you go in the office and you put on a suit, you're the problem. You can teach somebody from this goddamn computer. You can do work from this goddamn computer. This right here, this phone, got every power that your laptop got. Thank you so much, audience members. It got every power. I can do my job from this. Yeah, that's because my light shine bright.
This is going on my podcast as well because, like, I think it's important. Like, no, like I think we have to recognize that when we do contribute to the cause.
You saying yes? You voting yes?
Like, I recognize like that there's people who say, "Oh, well, I got bills to pay. I got
We all got bills.
I agree. And
we all got bills.
I agree. I feel like it's about being strategic.
Yes.
It's about being tactical and being able to achieve the things that we want for ourselves.
Period.
Like I transitioned to remote work back in 2016.
And you ain't remoted out yet, huh?
I'm remote. I'm fully remote now.
Imagine that's almost 10 years of remote.
It is. It's just about just 8 now. And I did it because I wanted more flexibility in my schedule. Like I remember I was in my mid-20s at that point, and after work, I wanted to go hang out, but I knew I didn't get off till 6. And I'm just like, this ain't working. Like, and it's not even like I'm working.
Audience members are too loud in the back.
I'm working in.
We will ask y'all poll next. Okay. Since y'all want to be audience members, you will ask just some questions in the back. I know y'all lie. Y'all can, but audience members, I need you to be quiet. Thank you. Come on, audience.
You said audience.
Come on. Rell.
I just lost my train of thought.
No, I didn't. You basically said you've been doing 2016 to now.
Remote. I think I did it to be more flexible. I wanted to have more flexibility with work. I wanted to be able to go to things after work. I wanted to hang out with friends. Just have more flexibility in my day. Like somebody hit me up, was like, "Hey, I'm in New York City. I want to hang out." I got that flexibility to do such. And I think that that's just how many of us can start to live in 2024. We can be more flexible. We can design a life for ourselves. And I want more of us to be in a space to be able to do that.
Yes.
And that's not where we at.
No, we're going backwards.
When we simply just give them the space to just say, "Yo, come to the office 5 days out the week."
And protest. There's a thing called a union. Develop a union. In your company, develop a union. Google, ChatGPT, Gemini it. Literally, how to form a union in my company. Y'all got unions. It's called the Black group, the Asian group, the Mexican group. Whatever group, form your union and say no. I ain't going. And if enough of y'all say no, they got to go.
I agree.
Y'all is the problem. They're the problem.
I agree.
If you say, "Oh God, I got more bills," you don't got a budget. You don't got a, "Oh God, I think I'm gonna lose it all." You don't got a budget. "Oh God, I feel like my loans, how to pay them out." Budget. Every one of your fears can be solved with a damn budget. You're going to mimosas every weekend, brunching with people, and you can't do business with them. Budget.
That's a tax write-off.
That's a tax write-off. Brunching with people that got businesses is a tax write-off. You got a budget. Call the people. Because every single one of y'all that got fear about money because you don't know how to manage it. And I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you non-managing money. I'm tired. I've been tired. That's why I had to go be a whole financial advisor to be able to advise your tail to stop doing stupid stuff. Me and him got so much sense. We ain't got Louis, Gucci. Ain't nobody sponsored this podcast but this one. The only shirt I need to have on is the people that's making the money. Seriously. Huh? You do what you need to. Let you have your own Louis. You're a part of the problem too, and I'm willing to tell you that I love you.
I'm okay with that.
But guess what? You got freedom.
The audience would say the same thing. That
Excuse
I'm
me.
annoying in that way.
Very much annoying in that way.
In that way.
Do you
Very
have
much.
Louis?
It was given to me. I have not purchased.
And do you know how to trade it?
Black woman? If I could get black or black woman owned, I always try to go there first, even if it means paying more.
Where you from?
Connecticut.
You sound like it. Where my other one at? You from Connecticut too? Connecticut. You got Louis?
I got a fake Louis scarf.
And you know what? And go get your black woman scarf.
That's right.
We're not supporting each other. And we're also not banking black. That's another problem. You're a part of the problem if you don't have a black-owned bank account. You're a part of the problem and you're a part of the problem. Have a day on black-owned bank. And then you can really shop black. Invest in black stocks. You can't even get your company to the stock exchange because it don't make enough. How do y'all starting side hustle hobbies and you're broke? You're broke. Who got excited? Go on. We got a topic. I know it. Tell them they need to vote this year. Tell them they need to vote because that's another thing. Y'all ain't even voting. Y'all ain't even voting. Y'all deciding y'all gonna not vote. That's crazy. And you can't afford to go to California. No, you can't afford to go to Canada. How you not gonna vote in the place you live? Make it make sense, God. Tell them how. Tell them how to vote. I'm about to Google. ChatGPT. Google. Google how to vote and
So-
figure it out. Oh God.
I'm not even mad at that. If I'm honest, like when you put it like that about like not voting in the place you live, but just the willingness to go somewhere else.
Go where you want. Go where you want to go.
It is about go where you want to go, but are you going to do the same thing there? And then
You gotta abide by the law.
are you? It's not even so much abiding by the law. It's about how do we see ourselves as a part of this
Problem.
world, the problem or the world we live in.
Yeah.
Right? Like like I said, when you put it just like that in those ways of the wanting to move to Canada,
Mexico.
wherever.
You gotta vote there too, crazy.
But the whole way, here's the thing too, right? It's also like this, like it's the idea that like you have enough faith in that passport that when all hits the fan, it's gonna be usable. It's gonna still have the value, but yet you're not willing to then do enough here to ensure that here is sufficient, not just for you, but the community of people that are around you, which is the reason why you're leaving in the first place, because you're or just thinking about leaving is because you're recognizing that this environment is a problem, not just for you, but also the people around you. And so it's one of these things. It's one of these things.
I got one. I know what they are.
I got one too. I got two.
Because people, education.
I'm about to get a
You bet. I'm almost done with my first one. Passport. What does that mean? It allows for you to leave this country. But when you leave this country, you do have to follow the laws of the other country.
That's fair too.
You have to, or else you'll go to jail over there.
That's the fair point.
You have to do what their law says. Every country has a law. The only place that ain't got one is space. And Elon trying to go there too.
So when you say that, it's like it literally made more sense to me in that moment where it's just like it's backwards.
It's
like people can decide. Like come and listen to everybody, man. If you decide.
No, promo. Everybody mad. We are. Quit acting like you're happy. You jumped on your computer looking at me on LinkedIn. You were mad at 9 a.m. when you had to go to work, and you're mad at 5, and now you're going to honk on the road. You're pissed off. You know why, John? Because you do not actually want to make a change. So you deserve your misery. Said it. John in the back.
Yeah, I don't like everybody. And so, like, I would say, like, people do what they want. You can make your choices. You decide who you are. Like, autonomy is something that is very important as a social justice advocate, as an equity builder. Like, my biggest thing is always autonomy and centering that and then empowering it.
Yes.
And so make your own, choices and decisions. Like, go where you want. But again, it's like I think you have to then ask yourself. And like, this is something I can say. Like, if Black people. The introspection, the introspective work that it takes to break out of our shells of being under the burden of white supremacy, and the historical context that it has, been to grow up Black in America, be Black in this world, and experience just overall anti-Blackness. It's a force. It's like. Anything you think of about grass or a plant growing through concrete, it is that sort of imagination that it takes to just envision what it looks like for someone as Black to grow past those things I mentioned. Like I said, growing up Black in America, growing up Black in the world, experiencing anti-Blackness overall. And so I get and I understand why many of us haven't, and then the difficulty that it is to get there for them
and to keep it.
and to keep it. Sure, I agree with that.
Because once you get it, now you have the fear of the 1% of what do I have to do to maintain that house I bought, that car I bought, that loan I bought, that ring I bought. Now you have developed your own debt energy.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're literally in debt because you kept up with the Joneses.
But even more than just like the financial debt aspect of it, it's the ability to push forward for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So going back to like the return to office sentiments, it's like knowing that that's possible, like for us to launch a campaign that says, hey, we want corporations to adopt, like, where do you think the 5-day work week came from? Like, there were people who had to urge for that.
And it didn't work because the masses.
Where do we think the 8-hour workday came from? People had to advocate for it. So we're in this moment where I think it would really so something specifically when we talk about politics, right? Joe Biden stepped aside back in late July.
Yeah.
Just under a month ago.
Yeah.
We still haven't gotten to a month of when this all happened. Let's think about that.
It's just been 30 days.
It hasn't been a full 30
days.
It hasn't? No.
July
21st. We're not talking about a full month yet.
It's only been 15, 20 days.
We're just shy of a full month. And so I get it. There's a lot that has been happening. But I implore all of us to look at this moment and recognize what is happening.
Yeah.
There is sea change. And when that word is used, we could provide some more context to that. What it essentially means is when you think about how big the sea is, that's the level of movement that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Sea change is happening. And so with that, we have to be willing to ride these waves. Like, we have to figure out how we continue to come back to riding the wave. And riding the wave right now knows it's like looking at this moment and saying everything is possible.
Yes. Everything that you want.
Is possible.
Everything that you want.
Everything is possible in this moment.
Let's go there deeper. Let's go deep.
Go. Ask.
How you want your family to be raised.
Possible.
The food that you want to eat in the grocery store.
Possible. Cheaper.
You
can afford it more.
Possible. Your health insurance.
Covering things. Possible.
Covering your actual property, your life.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It is so possible.
It's so possible. You saying no is going to get you more things than you saying yes. And it's that slave mentality that got you saying yes. Yes, master. I'm going to keep doing it the way you want me to do it. Say no. Start saying no. And then you'll start to become the person that you actually want to be. You'll live the life that you actually want when you start to say no.
You know what is interesting, right? I've been seeing something recently where more people are coming out of their people-pleasing era.
No more people-pleasing.
And I think that's what is, like we were talking yesterday about, like, what's some of the things that's not being said when other things are being said.
Yes.
And I think when we hear language, or when we say the language of start saying no more, stop saying yes so easily, we have to recognize that a lot of that yes and appeasement came from like this idea that we have to people please.
Yeah.
And I applaud the moving away from people pleasing.
No more. That's the campaign. No more people pleasing. No more boss pleasing. No more co-workers that's doing stupid stuff pleasing. No more pleasing master. You can only serve one thing, God. If you serve money, you'll never have it. Serve one God. Serving everything else, you serving your bank account, you serve one God. And it's whoever you are. And then you ask yourself, well, one nation under God. That's in there. I find it. I got the book. Yeah, I know it. stopped saying it for a minute, but when Simone,
I've been stopped saying. I protested back in like at least the 8th grade.
I stopped saying it, but I gotta say it
I
again.
got in
You
trouble.
know why I gotta say it again? Because I don't want to live in Canada.
I don't, but
I want to live in America.
okay.
I got my rights in the book. I want to live over here, but I do not want to live over here in the conditions that I have had to live in the last 30 years. I'm pissed off enough to where the last 30 years have been ultimate bullshit. I won't do another 30 years of this. And so I need everybody that's looking at my page, like, commenting, and subscribing to find a mission and stick to it. You don't want to go to work in a building? Don't. You don't want to eat stuff that's dead? Don't. You don't want to be around people that they are committed to misunderstanding you. They done saw your track record. They saw your page. They saw your Instagram. They saw everything. They saw everything, and they still scroll by. Let them go too. But then when you see them, oh, I saw your podcast. Oh, I saw your stuff. Yeah, why you didn't like it then? They didn't want you to know they liked it. They wanted to just be a viewer. They wanted you to know I'll view you, but I won't actually like you. They actually won't comment because they won't stick around long enough for their attention spans to actually take a moment. They won't subscribe. You know why they won't subscribe? Because they fearful that if they actually support you, you'll be great. So y'all been measuring yourself off of people that's really ain't gonna never do it. They your haters. They your haters. And let them hate, baby. People pleasing. Not no more. I'm done. 30 years? You can't get 30 years of policing my hair, policing my body, policing everything on me. I can't live as a slave no more. I'm free. And it's a lot of y'all that's slaves. And it's because you ain't got no budget. That's a simple fix. Get a budget. When you actually know what's coming in and coming out, you can have more freedom. Y'all is slaves because every 2 weeks you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. And you know it. You know it. You're living above your means. Y'all brunching. Because I brunch stuff. I'm over fucking brunch. You know why I'm over brunch? Because it's niggas that go to brunch and about to commit suicide. It's niggas that go. I said niggas. I got the right. I got my fucking rights right here. I got my rights. I can say nigga on my LinkedIn. It's people that go to literal brunch and they're depressed. They're going through divorces. They're going through bankruptcy. They're going through shit, but they're brunching. Oh, come on. Let's do the brunch move. Come on. Let's do what they do on Instagram. Come on. Temporary pain. Now you're eating all the stuff that's going to kill you. Come on, one more time. One more time.
I don't disagree.
Depressed.
This message.
Depressed.
I'm gonna add a caveat.
Caveat me. Take the mic. I got my rights.
That
Can't throw me in the jail. I know my rights.
there's a balance that I think we have to strike with.
Strike with it then.
That it's about recognizing that some of that is about self-care.
Yeah.
Some of that is about trying to manage the fuck shit of life that's happening.
But if you ain't doing nothing about it.
No, I don't disagree. I'm very solution oriented. So it is frustrating when, like, you know, there's solutions that aren't criticized as if they're not readily available.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. I think it's about recognizing that, like, the work is really about finding balance. It's really about deciding the aspects of life that we want to achieve, and then creating a plan that gets us to achieving those aspects of life. Like I said, like, I work fully remote today. That's because, like, I thought about the fact, I was like, yo, I need a job with more flexibility. I didn't start out fully remote. I started out with a job that had work from home days.
Yeah. And
work from home, like, opportunities. Like, so, and I had a manager who really just didn't care.
Oh,
like, I got my job done.
Whoa, I got a manager that I can tell you about. One of my managers didn't read. How you get to be a manager and you don't read?
That's actually
Oh
a
my
lot.
God.
That's actually a lot of managers.
How?
That's actually a lot of
How?
managers. That's actually,
Where do they get them from?
so
That's diabolical.
there's no criteria, and so this is why like it goes down to like I said, it's all about the balance of it.
That's
Right?
crazy
Because
work.
there's, like I just said, there's no criteria to real like what a good manager looks like. There's no
crazy.
real criteria on how you're supposed to like navigate and live your life. So at the end of the day, like
You're right.
it comes down to just essentially deciding that you want to create this plan.
Yeah.
You want your life to look like this. You want to feel good. You want to live happy. You want to benefit from your engagements. And lastly, you don't want to fucking be oppressed.
What does oppression look like? Because some people may not know. Because right now we're
Oppression-
liberated.
Oppression looks like not being able to feel as if you can speak for the things you want to do.
You can't speak for yourself.
It includes being able to say no. It includes being able to say yes. It includes being able to say, I got to think about it. I changed my mind. I gave it second thought. I've grown. Like, that's what non-oppression looks like.
And we've been free though. You do know slavery ended.
Yeah.
But we still in the mindset of it.
Yeah.
In our dear Lord, 2024. In our dear Lord, let's talk about gender wars. In our dear Lord, 2024, men can't date who they want, women can't date who they want, men can't do what they want to do, women can't do what they want to do. Quit policing each other.
Yes.
Because you ain't even happy. You laying next to a peen and you don't even want it. You don't even want the peen. You're gay and you want a woman and you done got one. You got a man because you didn't want to work, but you actually do like working. You don't want to be in the house cooking and cleaning all day because you don't even know how to cook. You don't. A lot of you women don't know how to cook and you know it. Leave the men alone that actually want a woman that's gonna cook. I said it.
But it's also like recognizing that men don't cook neither.
Find you equally yoked.
But even moving beyond that, right? Like
Let's go. Gender war.
Gender war, like right, yes.
What is a gender war?
Moving beyond it, like about what women are supposed to be doing or what a man is supposed to be doing. Like, let's move beyond it, right? And let's just look let's just look at adapting and like just being in the world we live in. Evolve. Like set up more community cooking. Like set up more community pooling of funds for food. Like determining food is one of my hardest tasks on a regular basis.
And I came with the food because I love this.
Like, it's really just like let's evolve. Let's fucking evolve to do better.
How do we build community? We met through community.
Let go our egos.
What ego stand for the people in the back? Edge and God out.
Oh, okay.
When I believe that I'm more powerful you and you believe you more powerful than me, then that means that we got ego. Versus no, we right here. We sitting right by each other.
The power is better combined.
Come on, you may be hungry one day and I got it. Let me feed you.
Yeah,
maybe you may be hungry. Maybe you got it and I don't. Maybe it's some clothes on my back. Maybe I don't got it just because I don't got it. Maybe I did everything right and everything still went to shit.
I agree.
And I need to be able to call my friend. If it's a real friend got in it. Friend got in it. Friend got in it. Put family. I-L-Y. I love you. When you family, I'ma stick beside you. I'ma stick beside you. Even on your worst days. I'ma love you when you unlovable. I'ma care about you when you unlovable. I'ma be there for you when your mental good and when it's not. Because it's not determined. This day, every day gonna change. Every day gonna change. Some could go on with me and my family. Some could go on with him and his family. Can I be there for him? And can he be there for me? Do it require other stuff for that? No. It's ego that does that.
And yes, I love that, Rand, because I really did, because it is ego that prohibits that, and like it should be talked about in this in this simplistic way of we could do more of that in our just our everyday community.
Everyday commute. But some people don't even know how to commute.
Not even like we think about that as some sort of big ass task. Oh, like what you do hear what you just said? Like, I don't got time and money for that. Like, hold on, pause. Like, we act as if like it's we're talking about like something vastly different. Like, if you think about it, in your mind, you're already trying to provide substance for yourself on a 7-day 24/7 basis, right? So why not actually have conversations with your close friends that you are, particularly in physical close proximity with, to say, hey, yo, how about once a week one of us cook for each other?
I got the calculator.
Once a week, you like on like the first week of the month, like and then on top of that, like, because we recognize lives, like, you could set it in stone. You could say, yeah, okay, the first Wednesday I got this one, then the next week on Thursday you got that one. Or you could just be more intentional to make sure you're actually having conversations about, like, oh, week to week, like, hey, all right, what's gonna be a good week for you? All right, well, I got this going on, that are going on. Oh, okay, well then now that becomes the conversation that you have over dinner.
Yeah.
And you steadily checking in with your friend.
Yeah. But guess what? Can I talk to you about something real?
Go ahead.
Right now, I know I want to be a foster parent. They give you $50,000 for a child a year. Let's divide 50,000 divided by 365 days. If for a foster child minus taxes, I will do taxes a little later, $136 it takes to raise a child based off of Texas. Some of y'all still at 65K and think y'all got something going. Y'all got motion. How much do you think if a child is $136 per day? How much is a 35-year-old man going to need in order for his day-to-day? Let's add 136 plus 200. $336. What you all are thinking that is happening right now, $336 if you had yourself and you had a baby. If you had that, would you want somebody to help you with it? So let's add 200 for me. Hello, because this is where it's about to get good. 200 for me, plus 200 for you, plus 136 for the child. I need $536 legally in order to make it. How many of us making that? 536 times 365, that's $195,000. That's the salary we should be fighting for collectively. If you're making under $200,000, you're not in the 1%, you're not in the 10%, you're not even in the damn 99, you're at the fucking bottom. If you're at the bottom, and literally, you're at the bottom. You're at the bottom. So the only thing that makes sense in our dear Lord 2024, move in together, love each other, help each other. You legally cannot afford to do this without other people. I know I'm passionate. You legally, come on, because I think some people think I'm fucking crazy. You legally, $196,000 is what you need in America right now. Do you know what the Mexicans do? You make 50,000, I make 50,000, somebody else make 50,000, somebody else make 50,000. Now we got enough.
But I think that's I always
take that thought, please.
Whenever I hear like those tidbits, to me it's just simply, we're not looking at collective resources.
We not.
It's never a Mexican thing or a like, I'll go as far as say, like, because we can talk about stereotypes as far as like it's a Jewish thing. It's like there's just people who work collective resources, and in that, yes, we can have some other conversations about white supremacy and patriarchy and Zionism, those things are real. But in the broader context of just like people to people, collective resources and putting collective resources to work for the collective it's not foreign. It's not a strange
You
concept.
do it at brunch.
Yes, when you split the check.
You do it at Airbnb.
When you split the
You literally do it when you go on a trip.
Yes.
Why you can't make that so normal day to day? You know it feels better. It feels better to love each other, to eat with each other. It's called community, real community. You got houses in your bedroom that you ain't using. Let your brother use it. Charge them an even wage. You got people that's literally on the streets homeless. Oh, because they can't afford. Wow, a single person in 2024 does not have $200,000. I'm sorry. All the single people come together, buy a house. All the single people come together, buy a business. All the single people come together. That's what we have to do in order to survive. Because if you don't make 200,000, you're at the bottom. So all you six-figure people, especially the ones on my LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, whoever, you're not at 200,000, so you're actually broke. And I said it. Math, make it make sense. I did. Logically, analytically, YouTuberly, I made it make sense. $200,000 is what you need to survive in this economy. And if you don't have that, go and work it out. Go be with your baby mama. Go be with your baby daddy. Go and get back with them people. Because you made a baby.
So I'll just say,
Drop every mic.
That math, it made sense. It makes sense. I wouldn't call people broke. Circumstances. The thing is,
but what I'm saying is,
I get what you mean. I know what you mean.
Please correct it because it's TikTok stuff.
No, it's not even that. It's just like to me, it's about like creating because there's a flip side to that, right? And the flip side is that like Black people haven't been given the space to just progress as we could without interference from other, people.
Powers that be.
Sure, great.
It's called vulnerabilities.
And so in that, I go to there is a need for economic growth and expansion.
It is
within us.
Equity and inclusion. Quit trying to be diverse. You already diverse.
And so that number, like that 195, is the number we should just collectively be reaching for. Like it's not wild. Like as you put that out loud, you say
out loud,
and that's 195 collectively when you say like because you did the two people plus the child.
One child. I didn't even give us two.
So two people collectively should be, pulling in 195. So you say, between the two of them, that's just under what $100K a piece.
It makes sense. There are $100,000 jobs. You have to believe it, manifest it. You can do that. If you keep accepting a $50,000 job, they're going to keep giving it to you.
Exactly that. And that's why I like going back to like, all right, so we brought the rap. But I go back to like where we started the conversation of something we can start like rallying around, like salary transparency, because like it allows you to see that like you don't just have to apply for the $50,000 a year job.
Yeah.
You can go and reach the $95,000 a year job.
Minimum.
Yeah, because you know that exists. And then from there, you're able to then continue to apply for those sort of roles. So it's really, again, like we have to start seeing the path. And I think like we can take away from Jazz's messages about like what you just point out are something that many of us like have been socialized to think that we want. And then some of us, just continue to want to achieve the idea of being with someone and having an offspring. Right. And what was just calculated in that is that to do that and to feel comfortable in doing such, you need $195,000 collectively. And so what Jasmine just gave you is a vision of your own life that many of us talk about that we want. And what I think the conversation between us today has said is like, all right, you got to go and achieve it. You got to go put the pieces into place to get there. And as I said, a little while ago, it's like this moment is a moment where all of it is possible. Like, please don't limit yourself right now. Like, limiting yourself to, I don't even fucking know what we would call it, if I'm honest.
It's diabolical.
Just limit. Exactly.
A black woman is running for president.
All right, we're going to leave it there.
Diabolical behavior says that if you believe that Jesus died and came back 3 days later, and you can't believe in yourself,
I'm walking off.
You're diabolical. If a man can die and get back up 3 days and you go to church every Sunday,
because that's facts.
If you say it, do you believe that?
Good night.
You're diabolical. If you can't believe it, I died, right? Hold on. Because I know I ain't never went to a funeral and the man got up.
Oh man, this was a great conversation.
Great one.
Because no, that
you can't believe.
We are okay. Well, how we got an outro. We got a proper.
I need all the outro I need. God got up. He got up. I got up. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all diabolical folks. I'm done.
Follow Everybody Mad. Everybody Mad Pod. All major podcast platforms. IG, Facebook, Everybody Mad. I'm Rell.
Cut it off. He got up. I got up. He got up. He got up.
I'm done.
That's it.
That was it.
That's it. He got up. He got up.